familia queremos agradecer el honor de su presencia a este festejo en que estamos celebrando los 50 años de Efrain. Mi esposo, hace 26 años Efrain llegó a mi vida. No ha habido un momento aburrido. Malos unos cuantos, pero no aburridos. ¿Ok? Hace como unos 4 o 5 años, cuando la economía se vino de picada, así se vinieron nuestras estadísticas de picada. Tanto en lo personal como en lo laboral, todo venía cuesta abajo. Una noche me dice Efrain, estábamos viendo cómo solucionamos esta situación. Me dice Efrain, el panorama era tétrico. Me dice, ¿sabes qué? Vamos a manejar la situación tú y yo, y esto es un reto. Y a mí me gustan los retos. Ese es el hombre extraordinario que es Efrain, que las situaciones difíciles, las malas rachas, las vuelve retos. Y quisiera que me acompañen a brindar, porque todos tienen su copa. ¿Okay? Vamos a brindar porque Efrain siga pasando esos obstáculos, sobrepasando los obstáculos para alcanzar nuestras metas con esa determinación, con esa fortaleza, para que siga creciendo, no solo en lo material, sino en lo espiritual también. Salud, baby. Te amo. El amor de mi vida, mi alma gemela. Ok, chicos. Mis hijos, ¿quieren decir algo a su papá? Empezando con Melissa.
No, bueno.
Anyways, just wanted to say happy birthday, Dad, and I love you.
Thank you.
And by the way, he always asks me, when I say I love you, he's always like, how much? And I'm like, I love you times infinity. But to be honest, infinity isn't enough. Words cannot describe how much I actually really love you. Ever since I can remember, like when I was a little baby, he would always wake me up in the morning for school, do my hair, make me my lunch, and take me to school. And I would get out the car, and this never fails. I would turn back and go like this to him, and he would do it back, which means I love you in sign language. And now that I'm growing up, it's like, that's not gonna happen anymore because, well, I'm gonna be driving myself to school. That sucks. Anyways. What I'm gonna miss most is all the long talks that I have with him in the morning, because it's either cheeseman we're talking about that's going to my school, or it's about the struggles he went through in his life, or it's about how he met and fell in love with my mom. And to be honest, I look up to my dad so much because it's like, after everything he's been through, he came out and got exactly what he wanted, which was this family and this furniture store that he owns and the house we live in. And it's like, if you ask him what his best accomplishment is, he would say everything he has now. And when I'm older, I want a marriage like my mom and dad's, because it's like, even though they went through their ups and downs, they still overcame it, and they still are in love. After 25 years, and nobody thought that they would last. And now they proved them wrong. Everybody asks me who my role models are, and it's them too, because they're the strongest, hardest working people that you would ever meet. Like, nothing stops them. So here's to the years that we overcame together as a family, and here's to the more years now. Woo! All right, here's Andy.
With all the stories and lessons my dad has conveyed to us about his hardships and struggles all throughout life, it eventually resonated inside of me what my dad actually stands for and what he's been showing us as his kids. My dad stands for perseverance. In a society where it's easy to hate and give up, my father has gone above and beyond for everything he feels defines him: family, business, our life as his kids. He could have rolled over and let his own misgivings and mistakes ruin everything he stands for, but he chose to stay and fight. Because if you ask him honestly what his greatest achievement is in this life, he would say with a serious face, my family. And it's because of that I proudly call him my inspiration. My father, with the help of my mother, has taught me to be the type of person that fights through everything, no matter the opposition or the difficulty. Because he taught me more through actions than words, that if you love something, if you want something, if something's important to you, then you have to fight like hell to keep it. My mother is a living testament to this fact as she stands beside him with 25 years under their belt. I want to live up to his values that he holds for us and make him proud. So, this is my promise to you, Dad. To hold close all the good that you've shown us as your kids, and to show you that I'm going to hold true to the values that you've tried to instill in us. Because you're my father, and I love you.
About 25 years ago, in April, my parents danced to this song. And now he's turned the big 50. I want you guys to dance to this song again, 25 years later. That is created necessarily, it's something that is always there. Whether it's built bigger or it dims out, it's always there. So my dad just turned 50, I just turned 25. Yeah. They 25 years of marriage, it's that's a quarter of a century. That's a long time, like, at least for our bodies. But one thing that I can say about my dad, he's always been positive. He's the reason why a lot of the people that know me can say, oh, you're a positive person. It's because I've been brought up with nothing but positivity. We don't let the negativity bring us down. We're always the type to kind of steer ourselves away from any negativity or negative person that's in our life. And my dad has taught me a lot, whether it's being a man, whether it's growing up, because those are two different things, growing up and being a man. I just turned 25, and it's like, as soon as I turned 25, I felt like I got so old. At 24, I was like, you know what, I'm still young. 25 came around, I'm like, oh my gosh, I think I'm gonna need a cane. You know, I felt my hip giving out. But it's different when you actually work with your dad, when you spend the majority of your days. Like, the only time I don't see my dad is when I'm asleep. And even then, sometimes I have dreams about him. But they're not always pretty. Sometimes a belt comes in once or twice. But that's a whole nother story. I go to the gym with him. I go to work with him. I drive home with him. And we're always talking. We're always talking, no matter what it's about, whether it's about, girl problems, money problems, familial problems, anything like that. We're always talking. I can talk to him about anything. I was told by someone not too long ago, you know what, maybe you shouldn't talk to your dad about so much. But I could never hold anything back from my dad, because that's my best friend. People grow up with their parents as their hero, and then eventually when they get older, they're not their hero anymore. It's somebody else, whether it's a politician, an actor, superstar, whatever. But it's always been my dad for me. I always tell people when they ask me, what do you want to do? What do you want to do with the rest of your life? Who are you going to be? What are you going to be? And my answer has never changed. It has always been, if I'm half the man my dad is, I'll be perfectly fine. There's no complaints for me. Sorry, choking up a little bit. But I would like to thank you, Pops, for everything that you've done for me. I'm not talking about materialistic things, but being there. The person that you have been in my life, for me, we have always been side by side, and I will never leave your side. Like, I'm there, I've been there from the beginning, I will be there till the end. And I got you, Pops. Just how you have my back, I have yours. And I love you with all my heart. Just the way I love you, I love my brother, sister, and I thank you for them. I asked for my brother, I didn't ask for my sister, but I'm not going to say that, but we know. But this family is really a very strong foundation for anybody. Anybody that comes in contact with us, they'll be like, you know what, that's a great family, that's a good family. And I'm thankful for that. You guys did a great job. And I hope when I grow up and I have my own children, they can be just as great as the ones that you brought up. Aww.
spinning the hips for you. This right here is your key to a successful night at our casino tables. They're right over there. They're open to you. Also, our photo booth is in full operation too. So enjoy yourselves at either end of the room. It's a party everywhere you go here tonight. Thank you.
Two hops, two hops, right foot, two stumps.